Hey, this is Anthony Cesari with SuccessForYourSongs.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to make your lyrics more relatable so that your listeners will be more interested in hearing them. And I'm going to be playing a clip for you of an interview I did with Graham English from the site SpeedSongwriting.com, who's got a lot of great thoughts on this topic. So take a listen to what he and I had to say about that here.
The other issue with lyrics is people tend to talk about their thoughts and feelings, and it's very abstract. And it's like, who cares, man? Like, can you relate it to me in some way? Can you relate it to the listener in some way? And I always find that the best way of doing that is talking about real objects. And then so if I were to say there's a rocking chair, you know what a rocking chair is, I know what a rocking chair is. Here we are in common ground, right? And then you tell me what you think about that rocking chair. My grandmother doesn't sit in it anymore. And now all of a sudden you're like, ooh, you took something that I understood and you gave it a meaning that's all about your meaning. My grandmother's been dead a long time or whatever, but you might be now telling me that maybe she's gone and I don't know the full story, but I'm intrigued, so I'm listening. But when you just kind of say, you're just talking from your own, you're just giving your own thoughts and feelings the whole time instead of relating it to actual physical objects, places, times, information and activities, things that I can touch and relate to. I think that's a big problem.
Yeah, and actually I think
that's really heady.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can be counterintuitive because I think a lot of times writers want to write in a way that everybody can relate to and understand. So, part of it is just when it's just raw emotion coming out, that's just the way it comes out. You have to make it be more specific, like what you were talking about. Yeah. But the other part is, it feels like, oh, everybody knows what it means when I say I'm so sad or frustrated. But it's almost so general that it's just hard to relate to. It just sounds like venting, as opposed to if you take that same emotion and put it into a more specific, detailed kind of story, even if it's not something that listener experienced specifically, they'll be able to relate it to maybe something that they did that had a similar emotion. Then you're much more likely to get that kind of emotional reaction from it, I think.
Yeah. I think it's like going from journaling to actually writing a song.
Right.
If you take someone's journal and you give it to, hey, read my journal, they're going to be like, this is boring. It's got nothing to do with me. Why am I reading this? And you think you're so deep and, blah, blah, blah. And your drama is like, oh my gosh, you're ridiculous, right? Someone else's journal is not that interesting.
Right.
But, and so that's what a lot of songwriters is like, journaling. But when you want to take it seriously and you start to realize, oh, I'm not just writing for myself now, I'm writing for a listener. How can I take what's in my journal and help them relate to it in some way? Then all of a sudden it gets interesting.
I mean, where should people go to learn more about what you're teaching and that kind of stuff?
Yes, speedsongwriting.com. That's the site that I teach my training method. And I've got a club there, and I've got a video course there, and I've got a free cheat sheet that you can check out my whole process for writing a song, with techniques, a little technique for every step of the songwriting process that I still use today. I still use that cheat sheet.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll put a link for that below so that
awesome.
People can access that easily.
So hopefully that information helped you out. If you're looking for a lot more lyric writing information to help people really feel your lyrics and your words and connect with what you're saying, I've got a couple of free cheat sheets for you right below this video that are going to help you out with just that. So if you haven't grabbed those yet, go ahead and do that below the video. And thank you for checking out this one, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.